An African hunting dog is a tough and agile predator. But a pack of hunting dogs is a singular force of nature. They do it with teamwork, strategy, and allegiance. To understand how a collection of canines turns into an elite predatory unit, we'll study the battlefield, dissect the game plan, analyze the moves, revealing how the art of hunting as a team can only come from living as a pack. To catch elusive prey and to beat the competition, they have to get creative. We'll see them employ 3 different attacks: the skirmish, the trap, and the charge. Each tactic is tailored to suit the prey and the terrain it's in. Now the stakes are even higher. Lightphase and Roxy have 9 more mouths to feed. At just 1 month old, the pups already need fresh meat. They're welcome additions to a fragile population. Just 5,000 of their kind survive in all of Africa. Lightphase wears a radio collar so that park rangers can monitor the pack's progress and better understand how they live and how they hunt. But dogs are not stealth hunters like lions. They hunt by chasing. In preparation for the pursuit, they fan out in a skirmish line. Lightphase is near the center. Roxy takes up position nearest the road. The other dogs assume places along the line. The ultimate goal is to force one of the impala to run down the line, outflank it, and close in for the kill. They have learned to follow one another's body language. When Lightphase gets into attack position, they know the game is on. From the center of the battle line, Lightphase launches the strike. The impala scatter and leap into the air in 3-meter-high arcs. The dogs chase one, then another, but they don't close in for the kill. After a short chase, Lightphase stops, signaling a halt. The impala's defense is held, for now. But the dogs aren't finished yet. As the herd regroups, the pack reforms its skirmish line. Lightphase leads them deeper into the thick woods. They're after different prey, in different terrain. This calls for a new strategy. One mid-ranking male breaks away from the pack and heads for slightly higher ground. For the first phase of this hunt, he is the scout. He searches for a creature that relies on camouflage. A slight breeze moving up the valley trips his sensitive nose. It's a clue that he's close to what he's looking for. Nyala. Large forest antelope are hiding among the trees. They are related to impala, but with a critical difference in behavior. They're usually found in small groups, but males are often solitary, so they lack the impala's extensive surveillance system. The scout's role shifts. He is now the driver, in charge of flushing out the hidden Nyala. The rest of the pack waits at the bottom of the hill. The lone dog must locate the prey and drive it down the hill toward the others and into the trap. The dog scans the shadows and catches a flash of motion. It's just a vervet monkey chattering in the treetops. Nothing the dog can chase. Then, a target. A lone male Nyala. But instantly, it senses the danger and spooks. The dog is caught in the wrong position, and the Nyala flees deeper into the forest. Instead of running downhill toward the waiting pack, it's running across the hillside, away from the pack and toward freedom. For a moment, it looks as if it might escape, but the dogs aren't so easily fooled. As if driven by intuition, they swing to the left as a single unit. In a dense thicket, they intercept the prey. Success. The dogs have turned defeat into victory. It took a perfect formula of instinct, skill, and strategy. In near silence, the dogs lay into their meal, one that almost got away. How was the Nyala nearly able to escape? And how did the dogs manage to regain the upper hand? At the outset, the odds favored the Nyala. Dogs hunt mainly with sight. They're good at pinpointing moving prey in open ground. But they're colorblind, so they're less adept at picking out stationary, camouflaged prey. So the scout failed to spot the Nyala. But somehow, the Nyala got wind of the dog. There was no herd to warn it, so how did it know? It got a little help from a friend. Vervet monkeys live in social groups too. When it chattered from the treetop, it was warning its fellow monkeys of the predator. The Nyala reacted to the monkey's alarm and got a jump on the dog. A lucky break, but the dogs below have a secret weapon. Sight is their primary sense, but they're also armed with a great pair of ears. They're shaped like huge funnels for capturing distant sounds at frequencies twice as high as a human can hear. 19 different muscles fire independently to swivel the ears like twin radar dishes and pinpoint the prey's movement. They can hear the Nyala changing course. And they make a critical decision. Two of the dogs shift to the left, homing in on the sound. The others tune into the body language of their packmates and follow. They maintain their battle line, but they swing it to the left as a unit, like a net, to catch the charging prey. Experience hunting together enabled them to adjust as the game board changed. And they reap the reward. Success today is critical. The terrain presents a different battlefield than either of their previous hunts. It's more open, with less dense woodland. The impala have a clear view in all directions and plenty of room to run. This calls for a different attack strategy. It's the one that African wild dogs were born for. Nearby, the impala are gripped by a powerful force. The rutting season has begun. Males are laying claim to the females. Breeding rights are decided in a head-on challenge. Horns are sharp, but layers of extra thick skin protect their head and neck from stab wounds. The victor must work full time to keep his females away from other males. The upheaval makes the herd less cohesive and less vigilant. And wild dogs know how to exploit any weakness. Lightphase leads the Xi'an pack single file toward a small splinter herd. This will be no short skirmish. The charge is a lengthy, high-endurance assault. The impala are on flat land near a stream bed. With the ground more open and the herd spread out, the dogs widen their battle line. The plan is to harass the herd and get them on the run. Then they must select one individual, isolate it, surround it, and bring it down. Success will require perseverance, cooperation, and perfect timing. The dogs start slowly, conserving energy, closing in. Until close becomes too close for comfort. The charge is on. For a while, the dogs don't appear to be hunting at all, just running with the herd. But they're testing and assessing each opponent's strength. For a moment, they follow a large male, then a small and swift female. In each case, the impalas elude their pursuers. Then one of the dogs sets its sights on a big male impala. Roxy picks up the pursuit, then Lightface. They ramp up to full attack speed of 40 kilometers per hour, all following this one target. He's strong, but he can't seem to pull ahead. He flees toward a line of trees along the stream bed, where he might have a chance of escape. But then, inexplicably, he swerves back, right into the path of the dogs. It is a fatal error. There are no second chances. The Xi'an pack have executed a picture-perfect hunt. It might seem like a simple chase and tackle, but it's much more. They've managed to catch an animal that's bigger, stronger, and faster than they are. That took a good battle plan, and the skill to capitalize on critical factors from the beginning. The impala were distracted by the rut when the dogs arrived. Competing males split the large herd into several smaller groups. Did this give the dogs the advantage? When they enter the flight zone of one group, the impala spook. This sets off a chain reaction from group to group. Fragmented as they are, the herd still reacts as one. Any discord within the herd evaporated in the face of danger. The impala's distraction and lack of vigilance were not factors. Instead, the Xi'an pack faced a long endurance chase, and that's exactly what these dogs were built for. As the pace of the hunt intensifies, the dog's physical adaptations begin to play a key role. Once they've targeted the slow-moving male, they shift into high gear. A dog's body stores a reserve of oxygen-carrying red blood cells. Running triggers the release of these cells into the bloodstream. The turbo boost of oxygen prevents muscle fatigue. So the dogs can keep running even as their quarry begins to tire. When they catch up to the target, experience and instinct tell them how to handle it. They don't bunch up close around the prey. That would make it too easy for the antelope to escape. Instead, they fan out, operating a kind of zone attack. The impala evades one dog, but it runs into the zone of the other. With all dogs working in tandem, they launched the critical tactic, isolation. They herd the impala away from the others, out on its own. It explodes toward the grove of trees along the stream bed. But now it's alone, on unfamiliar ground. Instinct tells it to turn back and rejoin the safety of the herd. The dogs appear to understand this. They form a wedge between the male and its herd mates, pushing him further toward the stream until instinct takes over and he swerves directly into the dog's path. But the question remains. A big male impala should have been strong and fast enough to escape. So why did he seem to weaken and slow? As it turns out, this hunt was decided before it began. He was a young male eager for his first chance to breed. For the past 2 weeks, he had devoted his attention and energy to jousting other males and pursuing females. The endeavor left him exhausted. He had little stamina left for a 5-kilometer endurance run. Victory at the mating game came at the highest cost. On the stream bank, the Xi'an pack finally claims its prize. Always with order and speed, and always followed by freeloaders. With each hunt, they have become closer, more in tune with one another, and better at working as a team. Light phase is the last to leave. Vultures take care of the rest. The victorious hunters arrive with their bellies full of food to share, with their wounded packmate, the puppy sitter, and the ecstatic pups. The little ones are one meal closer to surviving into adulthood. In about 2 months, they will join the adults on the hunt. Then they will begin to hone the skills and strategies that make their kind one of the most successful predators on Earth. Those that survive will increase the Xi'an pack's foothold at Umfolozi. Given enough space and a fighting chance, wild dogs will reclaim a place on the African landscape. They have the skills and the strategy to succeed. Most importantly, they have each other.